we have live in the studio Lolade Adewuyi, international journalist based in Germany, as we look at the plight of the German teams in this year's European competitions. But we'll start with Bayern Munich. Great to have you on the show, Lolade.
Thank you very much.
All right, so let's go very, very quickly. And Real Madrid do what they always do, which is leave it very late in the UEFA Champions League. They did last night again against Bayern Munich. What is the reaction in Germany today? What are the newspapers saying? What's the general public saying? Because there's a bit of a... everyone feels like that last chance that could have taken the game to extra time that was converted by De Ligt could have might have been a dodgy call from the referee. Is there a feeling of maybe the Germans feeling hard done this morning?
There's a feeling of disappointment, and the German public feels hard done by, especially that there was an opportunity to have two German teams in the final of the Champions League on the 1st of June, with Dortmund having already qualified. The final chance that was disallowed was definitely a big part of discussions in the media today. But no one can really take it away from what Real Madrid achieved in last night's game. They fought, their mentality was to never give up, and they rose to the occasion when it needed, when they needed to at the end, you know. That goal, the first equalizer by Joselu, which was caused by Manuel Neuer's mishandling of the ball, you know, definitely rubs everyone the wrong way. Because if on another day he would have held that ball safely, he's one of the safest pairs of hands in global football. You have moments of you look back that you should have done better, and I know right there that he realized that this was a decisive moment that I did mess up, and unfortunately Bayern are out, and like you said, there is no title for Bayern, the most successful German team. There's no title for them this season. They've been outclassed by Leverkusen in the Bundesliga. They've lost out the first round in the domestic cup, and now their final chance last night in Madrid is escaped out of their hands. So it's really sad in Bavaria, most especially. But the rest of Germany is consoled that Dortmund are in the final, and perhaps Dortmund will be able to avenge Bayern's loss last night. Although they are rival cities, they are rival clubs, but I'm sure the entirety of Germany will be rooting for Dortmund.
All right, so let's look at the bigger picture, though. Usually in Germany, if there's one team that usually dominates Europe, it's usually Bayern Munich. Like you said, they have failed to win the Bundesliga for the first time in a very long time. But it's looking to be a very successful year for the German teams, though. Bayer Leverkusen have a good advantage against Roma as they head into the Europa League semi-final second leg tonight. Dortmund are into the final. Is it good for German football that other teams are starting to flourish a lot better in Europe as opposed to Bayern?
Definitely, it's good for competition. Like Bayern were beaten to lift the Bundesliga for a straight 12 straight years, which Leverkusen ended that run, thankfully for us this year, because even Bayern fans had become bored, and they had become bored of the situation like last season when Dortmund were so close to winning it. Bayern, some of my Bayern friends they wanted Dortmund to win it to shake things up, to make things exciting. So Leverkusen coming through this year is definitely one big change, and it brings excitement to the season. It makes us also look forward to next season, and Bayern will know that they do not start as favorites next season. And then in Europe, Leverkusen going on, leading the first leg against Roma in the Europa League, and Dortmund being in the final of the Champions League just shows you that German football has woken up because last season they all fell out. I think in the quarterfinals, if I do recall properly, and so there was heart searching. I mean, soul searching in Germany last season. At the end of last season, like what happened to us? Where did we all miss it? You know, German Bayern's dominance at home was not reflected in Europe when they lost to Manchester City. You know, so this season gets into the semi-finals for Bayern and also Dortmund reaching the final and Leverkusen being on the cusp of the Europa League final is a good step forward for German football.
All right, one final bit of question before I let you go. Obviously, you are African living in Germany. What has been the impact of the African players this season, especially in German football, especially in Europe? You look at Bayern, who've got Nasser Mazraoui, the Moroccan international. You go over to Dortmund, who have Sebastian Haller, Karim Adeyemi, who's of Nigerian descent, a couple of players. Of course, when you look at the Leverkusen team, Victor Boniface, Nathan Teller, and the likes, it's looking like the German teams are now looking towards Africa for some really good talent.
You know, it's interesting because in in December, when I was part of a Africa Bundesliga media delegation to Bayer Leverkusen, and we had conversations with the sporting director of Leverkusen, Simon Rolfes, about the fact that they were going to lose 5 African players for the AFCON, and that how important was this going to be for their season. There was apprehension. Even the chairman of the club had said that maybe they were going to ask FIFA and put a lawsuit to deny, for the calendar. But look at Leverkusen now. Victor Boniface was injured through for about 3 months, but so they lost about 5 players for January, February, but still won the Bundesliga. It shows the depth of talent in the squad and how Xabi Alonso was able to rotate players throughout the season. But also, like you mentioned, Sebastian Haller at Dortmund. Haller's role has really reduced since they signed Niklas Füllkrug, the injury to the cancer treatment for Haller really reduces his time for Dortmund. So he's really played a big part, but it's good that he's there in the squad. But apart from Haller, there's also Karim Adeyemi, who plays for Germany, but he has a Nigerian father and he's really close to his roots in Ibadan. You know, so Karim Adeyemi was in Ibadan for Christmas, where when every other person was on the beach. You know, he came to Ibadan to have charity programs and build a borehole and try to recruit players and build an educational program for school. So African players definitely are doing well. And also, like you said, Mazraoui in Bayern, he also has not really had a good big part for Bayern, but he's done so well. But also, you know, you look at Jamal Musiala, who's also half Nigerian. So we can't throw them away. They are all doing great things, and it's good, the impact of African players. And I feel that we'll see more.
All right.
Over the next few seasons.
Okay. Thank you very, very much for talking to us, Lolade Adewuyi, all the way from Germany. It's a pleasure.